Yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy runnerman 15, and in today's video I'm going to be going over 3 racing games that you can play on any low-end gaming PC. That's right, everyone who has a gaming PC and it's not very powerful, it's pretty low-end, there's no shame in it. All right, that's why I'm giving you guys 3 games that you guys can play on pretty much any PC. Low-key, these games can probably be played on your grandma's pacemaker. So let's just go ahead and get into the video. Now, before we actually start, I would like to mention that my gaming PC isn't a low-end gaming PC. It's more of like a mid-range gaming PC, kind of like middle of the pack, middle of performance, if you know what I mean. So the tests that I did in these games may not be 100% accurate for everyone watching the video. Everyone has different PC specs. However, I tested the games, and all of the games didn't use a lot of my CPU and GPU, so you should be able to run these games without any issue. If you do have any issue, let me know down in the comments below. Leave a comment like, hey, this game doesn't actually run that well. I'll look at it. I'll open up my crappy MacBook, install Windows on it, and test it out. I don't know, we'll see, but just let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know if you guys know of any other low-end racing games that you guys want me to cover. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started with our first game. Our first game for today's video is a game called Flatout 2. Flatout 2 is a destruction derby racing game developed by Bugbear Entertainment and was released in 2006. Guys, this game is almost 18 years old. This game, let's see, 2006, 2024. This game is, I think this game is 18 years old. Dude, this game is old enough to vote for the next turd head of a president. Can you believe that? Anyways, this game, like I said before, features destructive racing, destructive levels, and of course, destruction derby. In fact, the game actually encourages you to crash into other opponents, as the more you crash into your opponents, the more money you win per race. Now, since Flatout 2 was released in 2006, it's an old freaking game. That means most people should be able to run this game. If you have a computer made in the past decade, you should be able to play this game at max settings, full whatever. Now, I will say the graphics aren't the best looking graphics, obviously, but for 2006, I'm not gonna lie, this game doesn't look bad, and it's still very playable by today's standards. I had a lot of fun playing this game. There is kind of your usual racing game gameplay loop. The career mode isn't anything special. You just go through different races, you go through different championships. There is a car upgrading system. You can upgrade your car. I don't think there is car customization. There might be. I personally haven't gotten that far into the game yet, but I know you can upgrade your cars. You can buy new cars. It's a pretty fun game, I'm not gonna lie. It gives me some Wreckfest vibes. I'm thinking maybe Wreckfest was kind of inspired by the Flatout series. So if you guys are a fan of Wreckfest, if you know what Wreckfest is, I would definitely check out this game. You can get this game for around $2 if you find a Steam key of the game, if you go to like a key site, or you can just buy it on Steam for 10 bucks. Support the developers directly. So yeah, Flatout 2, great choice for anyone with a low-end PC in general. You could probably run this on a freaking Chromebook. So yeah, that's Flatout 2. Great game. I recommend you guys check it out. If you guys have any issues with the game, let me know. Our next game I'm going to be talking about today is a game called Grid 2. Now, Grid 2 is a game developed by Codemasters. All hail Goatmasters. That's what I should say. Goatmasters. It was a game made by Goatmasters and was released in 2013. Now, Grid 2 is obviously the second Grid game. I haven't played the first Grid game. My brother played it, and yeah, it was probably a pretty good game, but I have played Grid 2, and it runs pretty well on a low-end gaming PC, and the graphics in this game are gorgeous, especially for a game from 2013. This game looks beautiful, maxed out, and most people should be able to max out this game. This game is kind of relies more on your graphics card because of those beautiful graphics, but there are in-game settings to change the graphics settings. So if it doesn't run at 60 FPS at max settings consistently or smoothly, you can always turn down those graphical settings. Now, I was able to run the game at 144 FPS, and it only used around 60 to 70% of my GPU. So to run it at 60 FPS, it would probably only use like 40% of my graphics card. So most people on a low-end gaming PC should be able to run this game at least like 60 FPS. Now, getting more into the actual game, Grid 2 is a arcade racing game. It does have a the campaign's called World Series Racing, the WSR. You basically complete each event, you get fans, and you move on to the next tier of events, and then you compete in the WSR to I don't know, be the champion. There's not really any car customization in this game, which kind of sucks. In the Grid games, there never really was any kind of car customization other than liveries. So you can customize like your paint and stuff, but that's about it. There's no car upgrading. There's no physical customization you can do other than the liveries. So, you know, it's kind of lacking in that area, but the car list in this game is pretty solid, and the physics in this game actually feel pretty good. I like the driving physics in this game. They're really arcadey, kind of slidey and stuff, but you can still spin out. It still handles kind of normally, I guess, but I think the handling in this game is pretty fun. But one thing I will mention is the career mode does get pretty repetitive. You do just race after race, same thing as Flat Out 2. There are other modes other than just races. There are like bonus modes. There's a checkpoint mode. There's like I think there's an elimination mode. There's a bunch of like promo modes, like special like mini games you can do and stuff. So there is content in the game. It just does get a little repetitive, can get a little boring. But if you're looking to get on a game and just have some fun, just do some simple racing, some arcade racing, Grid 2 is a great option. Now, one of the bad things about this game, it's been delisted. Now, the reason it's been delisted is because of the car licensing in the game. Now, this car has officially licensed cars, which means those licenses expire because car manufacturers suck. So this game has been unfortunately delisted, but you can pick it up off of a key site for around $6. I think I picked up mine for a couple cents back in the day before it got delisted. You can buy this game at a key site for, like I said, around $6. If you know where to look, I'll leave a site down in the description below. That's the site I use for all of my Steam keys, where I buy all my Steam keys, all my games. It shows you the best price for every single game. Before anyone says stop supporting game keys, I don't buy game keys of indie games, okay? I always pay the full price for indie games if they're good. For games like this, you don't have any other option other than to either buy it off of a Steam key site or download a random copy of the game off the internet, which that could be even more risky. So yeah, that's kind of the bad part about Grid 2, but all in all, it's a good game, and if you can get a copy of this game, it should be able to run well on lower end gaming PCs. Finally, let's get into our last game of the video. This is a game for those people who are like, okay, well, you mentioned like 2 arcade racing games. I don't want that. I want a sim racing experience. I got the game just for you. Automobilista is a highly detailed sim racing game developed by Ryza Studios and was released back in 2016, so it's less than 10 years old. This game has a lot to choose from, including Formula 1 cars, touring cars, stock cars, even go-karts. There's a lot you can do in this game. Like I said before, highly detailed. This game can be a little confusing going in head first. I tried playing this game. I'm not much of a sim racer myself. I didn't even use a steering wheel, although I would recommend using a steering wheel for this game. You can use a controller, but you will need to rebind your controls. The controller control layout is no bueno. You can't even like move the car at all. So for this game, if you do decide to pick this game up, you will need to reconfigure your controls. There's a little bit of a learning curve into how to actually use the game and how to actually do stuff in the game. But other than that, the actual car physics in this game are great. Very sim racing feeling, I should say. The weightiness of the car feels good. In the background footage, I'm using the Chevy Camaro, and it honestly feels really good to use. The weight feels pretty realistic. The way the car slides when going off of a bump or into a corner, it feels really good. I like the physics in this game, and the best part about this game is, as you can see, the graphics aren't crazy, meaning you could probably play this on your grandma's pacemaker. Maybe not on her grandma's pacemaker, but most people should be able to play this game a-okay. at max graphics settings. Now, I was running the game at 120 FPS, and I think we jumped up to like 60% usage. But if you're playing this game at 60 FPS or even 120 FPS, most people should be able to run this game just fine. This game can be picked up off of Steam for $25. I know there was a Steam summer sale that just ended. I should have made this video a little bit sooner. That way we could have, I could have capitalized on the Steam summer sale, be like, yo, this game, because Automobilista was only like $1, $2, but it's $25 normal priced. If you guys want to buy a Steam key of the game, the Steam keys go for around $1. So you can actually find the Steam key of this game pretty cheap. But I would recommend just buying it. Just wait for it to go on sale and buy it directly from Steam. Now, if you're looking for a free alternative to Automobilista, the same development studio, Rise Studios, that made Automobilista, made another game called Copa Petrobras. My pronunciation is bad, sorry. Copa Petrobras de Marcas, I think that's what it's called. It's made by the same people. It's on Steam. It's basically a free version of Automobilista, though the UI is very similar. How the game actually plays very similar, but the main focus of the free game is Brazilian motorsports. Now, there is Brazilian motorsports in Automobilista, but Copa Petrobras de Marcas, or whatever, however it's called, sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation, primarily focuses on that. But if you are looking for a free sim racer that runs well on older computers, low-end computers, that is a good choice. If you want to spend a little bit of extra money, get more content, maybe the game will be more polished, check out Automobilista. Also, I should mention that there is an Automobilista 2, but I haven't played that game. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm not sure if it's good on lower-end PCs. I would assume, considering Automobilista 1 was kind of tailor-made for lower-end PCs, I would assume that Automobilista 2 is as well, but I could be wrong about that. Let me know down in the comments if you've played the second game. Let me know if it's a hard game to run or if it's a very easy game to run. Other than that, if you guys have any other games you guys want me to cover, let me know down in the comments below. Those were 3 games you can run on a gaming PC that's towards the lower end range. Maybe Flat Out 2, Automobilista 1, you could probably play that on your school's Chromebook. Grid 2, maybe not so much. You might need a little bit of a higher end PC. You might not be able to run that game on max graphics settings on all computers, but it's still, for me, it was easy to run. For most people, it should run pretty well. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. I'm runnerman15. I'll see you guys later.